The 90s was an interesting era where movies that were rated R somehow got action figure lines that were marketed towards kids. The line of Predator action figures from Kenner is but one of those. And while the movies may not have been kid-friendly, these toys were incredibly cool for the time. From 1994 comes one of my favorite of the crazy Predator variants, the Lava Planet Predator. A lot of toys from this time had crazy variations that were funky colors and had weird gimmicks, and Predator here is certainly among those. There were lots of different variations of Predator that came in all different kinds of colors, including translucent red like the Lava Planet Predator. He comes packaged on this really cool and colorful blister card that's got some artwork of the Lava Planet Predator up at the top, along with a signature profile of the standard Predator that was seen across all of the packages. The back of that box has this really cool grid pattern that became familiar for all of the Predator and Alien figures from Kenner during this era, and showed off a selection of all of the crazy and colorful variants of both the Predator and the Alien action figures. Kenner was real big on pushing the whole Aliens versus Predator theme. In fact, these toys right here were the first time I ever saw this particular crossover. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Lava Planet Predator outside of the packaging. Now, it's been well documented that I have sort of a strange fascination with translucent action figures, so I think it's safe to see exactly why I liked the Lava Planet Predator so much. He's done in a translucent red deco. He's got a really cool kind of yellow and black painted deco on his chest that almost looks sort of like the heat-seeking technology that we saw Predator use in the films, but other than a little bit of black shading on top of his head, the rest of the figure is just done in that straight translucent red plastic. And he is awesome looking. It's like a huge chunk of candy. I don't know if that's the reason why I was always drawn to figures like this, but I really do like the look of this guy. Now, the one thing that the translucent red does do is it sort of takes away from all of the cool sculpting that's on there. Usually the paint deco helps to bring out all the sculpting, but if you take a close look there, you can see lots of great details sculpted into these guys. Even though these were basic 5-inch scale with only 5 points of articulation, they always had really nice sculpts on there. And you can see all the great work on the face there, such as the wrinkles on the forehead. He's got the wide open mouth. You can see great details like the spikes on his shoulders. On the right arm, he's even got this kind of cable hanging off of it, little claws on his right forearm there. Lots of great details, all sculpted in this guy all the way around. So as I mentioned, this is a basic 5 points of articulation action figure, but that was very common for this particular era of toys. So all you're going to get is a head that can turn left and right, arms that can move up and down, and legs that can move forwards and backwards. It's the only articulation you're going to get on this guy, which is going to limit the amount of posing you can get out of him. Now, he does come with some fun little accessories. First of all, he's got this really awesome little mask accessory. It's done in sort of this bronze color and has a great sculpt to it. And if you take a look at the underside, it even has a little bit of sculpt work on the bottom of it. Now, the mask is designed so that it form fits right to his face, so you can just clip it right over there and it locks in place nice and tight for a new way to play and display your Lava Planet Predator. Now, in addition to that mask, he also comes with a gimmicky weapon accessory. That was another common thing, especially for toys of this era. There was lots of rocket-firing projectiles, lots of stuff like that. And that's exactly what this particular Predator figure has. He's got this cool little shoulder pauldron that snaps right over the figure by clipping it on the little hook that's on the front and the back there. It clips on nice and tight and gives him this nice little over-the-shoulder pauldron that has this little cannon that's sticking off the back of it. Now, it's sort of like an oversized version of the little shoulder cannon that we normally see the Predator use. And of course, it comes with a firing missile. You can just pop the missile in there, and there's a little silver button on the top that, when pushing it, shoots the missile flying. The cannon's actually a little articulated too. You can fold it kind of back behind the figure. That way it's stored behind him, so when he's not using it, you can just keep it back behind the figure there, and then pop it out when he's ready to fire it. By today's standards, there may not be a lot to this figure, but there's so much that I really love about these old action figures. They have a very nostalgic feeling for me, and there's just so much charm to them. Plus, it still just kind of bewilders me, the fact that we got a line of action figures for kids that is from a franchise that's rated R. I mean, it's kind of amazing to me to this day, and I think that's part of the appeal to these particular figures. The Lava Planet Predator was always one of my favorites, simply because he's got that really cool translucent red deco. Even though we have several new Predator figures these days that are much better detailed and more movie accurate, there's still a certain charm that this old Kenner line has that just can't be beat. And that's why this Lava Planet Predator is still an awesome figure to add to my collection. Until next time,